Welcome everyone to Haven of Horror. As always, I am Subject. I have Robert, uh, Ghost One, and
Oh my
Noah,
god.
Ghost 2 through 13.
What are we, cat in the hat sidekicks? What are we doing?
Yeah,
Yeah, well, your
I'm
thing
more of the
one,
ghost.
your thing 1, 2, 4, 7, and then Noah is thing the rest of them.
And the rest.
I'm winning at life. I'm the rest of the things.
Yeah. Uh, God, I saw a trailer for that when I went to see Superman. What are we doing?
Looks great, doesn't it?
Honestly, all of the trailers in front of Superman sucked because it was that Freaky Friday sequel, uh, which I didn't even know how to trailer. It looks terrible.
Yeah, I've
Yeah,
only seen the poster for that. I haven't even seen the. I was gonna say original, but that's a remake. I haven't seen the Lindsay Lohan
I saw it
Freaky Friday.
once, but Noah, this time there's like 4 people body swapping.
Oh, original.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway,
so we're here to talk
sorry,
about
we haven't
Freaky
had a
Friday.
chance to catch up here for we haven't had a chance to catch up, so we're just chatting.
Oh yeah, it's been a
Giving
bit.
giving people a chance to come in. So in case you haven't noticed from the thumbnail, the uh, background for our video, which was extremely hard to find one that was the proper size. Unfortunately, with this movie, kind of, I don't want to say it's forgotten, but I feel like it has been overshadowed by the remake. You had that remake that came out just at a perfect time for like my generation grew up with this movie and it's kind of become a cult classic. And I think the original has kind of fallen off the wayside. But we are doing both the 1960 and the 2001 13 Ghosts um, as a commentary in our remake and original project. I am excited to talk about more so the remake just because I know that one better, but I'm always excited to talk about some 1960s horror. It's a decade I don't know super well.
This is going to be one of the strongest cases of wow, like you could not be more tonally different. A strong contrast with these two films compared to some of the others we've done on this show.
Yes. Uh, and our first gimmick movie,
Yeah,
like not as an insult,
arguably.
the original is a
Hmm,
gimmick film.
absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
So as always, the Patreon is live. It is in the link below, as well as YouTube memberships. And if you have anything that you just really need to say about this movie, super chats will be given priority. Draven, welcome in. Says, "Damn, I forgot my 3D glasses for this 3D picture show."
Well, it's not a 3D movie, so you're good, Draven. Although it should be noted before we get started on this, because of the gimmick in question, which we'll get into more during the commentary. John, you said you just watched this ahead of time for
Yes.
this, right? I assume your cut was black and white all the way through, and didn't
No.
have
No. It turned
interesting.
red. It turned blue with some
Okay,
red.
so you
Oh,
and you also had the William Castle scenes.
Yes.
Because there is if you watch this on YouTube or Tubi, there's a black and white cut that takes the William Castle scenes out and doesn't have the
Weird.
color tinting. So I'll go ahead and watch the color tinted version.
Okay.
Just wanted to throw that out there that there are different cuts of
No,
these
I'm glad
movies,
you said that. I had
maybe
no
off a couple of
idea.
minutes.
I'd be really
hold
interested to
on.
see how this works without the gimmick. Oh no, it's like wait.
That's the version I watched, Robert. I've
I
seen the black and white version of this movie.
Okay,
I'm interested
so
to see how that works then. Because
Okay,
I mean, I guess
I
I will
alright.
just get this out of the way. I don't think the gimmick has aged well at all. But it gives a little style in certain shots.
it does. So if we're sticking with the black and white version, that's fine as long as John has access to it, or else.
Well, hold on. I can look for the color version.
glad I said this up top.
I didn't think to look into this. Sorry, everybody. Okay.
My headset decided to die. Okay, so do you guys have access to the one that I have, or do I need to switch over?
I do. I am watching this on disc, and this disc has the both cuts.
So, John, how long is your version?
Mine is 124.27.
Okay. How are you watching
Tyler
this, by the
says
way?
what?
How are you watching it, by the way?
On Plex.
I'll probably have to do that then.
If you need me to change, I can change over if it's on YouTube.
No,
I
no, no,
didn't know it
no,
was
no,
on.
no. I got it. I got it. Don't worry. We can do
Tyler
this.
Tyler says I'm pretty sure my Blu-ray has color tinting. David, sorry, I forgot my Illusiono glasses for this Illusiono picture show. And he says now watching the black and white version, he's really just scrolling the wiki. I mean, that's true. Oh, that's cool.
Yep.
That has
Yeah,
got to be the worst way to watch a film. Like, what?
Are you surprised this gimmick didn't catch on?
Of course, yeah.
So for a bit of preamble while Noah's getting his set up, the gimmick of this movie is there are blue tinted sequences where the ghosts show up. And if you look through it through the blue lens, you don't see anything. But if you look at the screen through the red lens, then you see the ghosts. And now, typically, when you find or watch this movie, it's either all black and white, where you can still see the ghosts, or it's, I think, what John watched, where you get the blue tinting and the red just on top of it,
Yeah.
so you can see the ghosts. Which I think is the preferred version, just because, like John was saying, it gives it a bit more flavor and pizzazz, so to speak. It adds to the charm of
Yeah, which I don't want to give away my feelings in this movie ahead of time, but this movie desperately needs that.
it. And if you're watching this on Blu-ray, you have the Illusion O version, which is where you use these. It also has the black and white version that is shorter and doesn't have the William Castle intro explaining the gimmick. And also how I'm going to be watching it, and maybe is how John watched it, is just the play. It says play with ghost viewer options, and what's funny is they have the view ghosts option where you can watch the movie where you have the blue tinted sequences with the red ghosts, or you could just watch the movie with the remove ghosts option, or you could just watch the movie where ghosts never show up if you
Jesus
want.
Christ.
I love that they have that option.
I wonder if
But
this movie plays if there's no ghosts.
I'm sure very weird. But it's
Well,
cool
because
that the option's
there's
on
a
here.
couple of ghosts in this movie that I'm like, what? Why is that there?
That is an excellent question. Well,
Noah's
I'm
gonna
glad.
turn into RoboCop from RoboCop 2. I'm having trouble.
So even on Plex, the only version I'm finding is the black and white version.
How long
What?
is it?
An hour and 22 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. So the black and white's hour 22, and the
Yeah.
So should I
White
just
one's hour
skip
24.
past the William? Do you want me to just skip past the William Castle intro? Because I mean, it's not really part of the movie.
But
Is
it
that,
doesn't.
is that the only difference?
Yeah, but it
Besides the
pops up
color?
after the opening credits, so we're just gonna have to.
Oh.
We might. I don't know. How do you want? Do you want to pause it? Like, would we get like? How do you want to go about this?
I'm so sorry,
I can watch the
everybody.
black and white version.
Is the black and white version on YouTube? I don't want to watch it on
Yeah.
Tubi because of ads, but
On
It's
YouTube,
the-
I think it's free with ads. So if you don't have ads,
so
you
it's
should be
either
good.
way.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me check one more thing. I didn't realize there was 2 cuts of this, or 6 cuts of this movie.
1, 2, 3. There's technically 4. Only 4 cuts of this movie.
See, because, alright, I should have done my research into this. The whole time I was watching this movie, I assumed that 3D was the gimmick.
It's not a 3D movie.
Yeah, no, I assumed that all of the, like, every time they put the glasses on in the movie, it's like, oh, these are the 3D scenes.
No, it's to tell you how to watch it without the ghosts if you're too scared, or with the ghosts if you're man enough. That's the distinction.
Well,
Okay, so what we're gonna have to do, because every version that has just the black and white is gonna have ads, I think it is just gonna be easier, Noah, when we get to the William Castle intro, to have you just pause
Okay.
it during that and then pick up back with us after the intro.
alright, yeah, you just tell me when to pause it and unpause it, and We'll be good. Sorry,
We love
everybody.
gimmick movies, folks.
I
Who
will
would have
take.
thought that 13 Ghosts was the Blade Runner of horror films?
I will take
You know,
responsibility for this one.
I think it's Robert's fault. He should have told us ahead of time.
Yeah, it's all Robin's fault.
All right, is everybody at timestamp 0?
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
In 3, 2, 1, play. And then
Oh.
Robert, are you ready for Sunday?
I'm getting there, but yeah, it's Sunday. It should still work for our trivia show.
I do want to say one thing. The thing that impressed me most about this film is the cinematography itself. There's never a point where this movie looks bad.
It's a shockingly good print.
Yeah.
This is
Well, okay. There's never a point where the shots look bad. The ghosts are another matter, and there are times where I don't know what's happening.
Yes. And Noah, the opening animated titles we're getting here, yours are in black and white, correct?
They are, yeah.
Because ours are red and had some splashes of blue in there. Just give it a bit more character. This is definitely my preferred way to watch it.
Well, Robert, since you have it, you have to do the whole illusion.
No, I don't have to. I'm just watching it with the ghosts.
Well, no, you
I'm
gotta do the thing.
I'll perform for the
Get
audience.
into it.
Yeah, I borrowed a friend's copy of this movie.
Is that
Blu-ray
what the
presentation.
William Castle collection?
So
I feel like he did another big movie or big like cult classic.
He's got
the
quite a few.
House on Haunted Hill.
That's it.
And I think it's one you guys have reviewed before. Yeah.
Yes.
So what's cool about this set? This is actually a custom set that my friend put together. These are all official released Blu-rays, but he put them all into one case and custom made this artwork.
Oh,
and
nice.
listed them all. So it's really nice. So this set has House on Haunted Hill, which you mentioned, and 13 Ghosts there. So
House
really
on
cool.
Haunted Hill is another movie that I think the remake is better.
Interesting, and I haven't seen either version, so I'd like to watch those at some point.
The big thing that the original has is they did get Vincent Price, and like Vincent Price is always awesome.
Yeah, and this movie's missing Vincent Price. I'll say that.
Yes, House on Haunted Hill from memory has kind of the same problems these has, where I don't know how much is supposed to be supernatural, and I think that's just because they had $2 to make the damn thing.
So should I pause it right here?
Yes, pause it.
Okay, all right.
It is a shame that they cut this out of the version Noah's watching, because this gives it a kind of a Tales from the Crypt or Creep Show vibe.
Yeah, William Castle is just or like a Rod Serling host.
Yeah,
to his own work. I like the goofy skeleton.
So is the entire
that's straight out of House on Haunted Hill too.
No, yeah, there's a big thing with the skeleton in that movie. So is the entire movie for you guys in color?
No, so it's all black and white.
Okay.
Except there will be scenes where it turns blue, at least how I watched it. And then the ghosts will show up and the ghosts are red.
Okay. All right. Interesting. Because I was going to say, I think removing the black and white really ruins some of the character of this movie, I would say.
No, so...
You would say that.
And I did.
Yeah, and right now William Castle is explaining the gimmick to the audience, which I know is a thing for a lot of his movies.
Okay, here, Noah, I'm gonna send you this GIF that kind of is what we're gonna see.
Okay. Providing the context for one of our hosts.
And what I will say is part of the problem with the illusion.
Okay, Noah, play.
Oh shit!
Yeah. So now we're at the museum and we're back to the actual movie.
I was distracted because you sent me that.
Part of the problem with the Illusion O gimmick is that if you are using these to see the ghosts, the problem is like you can't like the whole screen looks black except for the ghosts, like because you can't see shit. The blue looks fine, but with the version John and I are watching, you can see the ghosts, but there's also the blue tinting.
Well, and like, what is some? Because there's entire scenes where it's just a ghost doing something. What does that look
Yeah.
like if you watch it and don't see the ghosts? Are you just looking at the room?
Yeah, exactly. It's just a static establishing shot.
So, not to show my hand too early, my opinion on this movie, but especially with the opening credits and how like goofy and cheesy they are, and even this scene where we're introduced to our main character and he's about to take a call where it's like, oh, they're they're kicking us out of the house now. They're taking everything right now. We need to leave right now. I was kind of hooked on the cheesy tone of this movie from the beginning, but then at a certain point, it kind of loses me, and it's
It,
hard for me to pinpoint exactly where.
it's weird. It kind of shifts. This turns into like, oh, we inherited this house and maybe it's haunted, to a heist movie.
Well, what it is, John, and what I like about it, it turns into a Scooby Doo plot. That's a big part of this movie, like literally.
Now, I will say, because like I said, I grew up with the remake. I was shocked how much of this is in the remake.
Me too. I assumed not to get into my feelings on the actual remake, but I assumed going into that like, oh, this is probably a remake in name only.
Yeah.
And no, there are characters and plot points that are lifted from this, much to my surprise.
We'll get into it more, but I think the best thing in that remake is they kept the glasses, the
That's true.
Illusiono. It's just it's for the characters instead of the audience, so it's not a pain in the ass to watch the movie.
Yeah, you know what the glasses or the gimmick of this reminded me of?
What's that?
Specifically Freddy's Dead, where that movie has glasses that characters have to put on, and that tell. Why wouldn't you just make the whole movie 3D? Why did that need a glasses gimmick?
No, I love this scene where they're just taking the furniture.
Yeah. Also,
So, right now we're out of money.
yes, like right now. You know how now I know you guys don't care for 3D, but you know how I'd approach a 3D Nightmare on Elm Street movie?
How's that?
How's it? What's that?
For the whole movie, you do the Dream Freddy sequences in 3D and the real world stuff normal.
That's what I that's what I would do.
Yeah.
I think 3D is kind of dead at the moment, but I mean, it comes and goes.
It's technically there, yeah. This cake sucks. This is the saddest birthday I've ever seen.
It took me a moment
like a cake. What do you want?
It really took me a minute to realize that that other girl is supposed to be like their daughter.
Yeah.
She doesn't look like. I assume she's supposed to be a teenager.
I think she's supposed to be like in her probably early 20s, I assume.
I don't know.
It's vague. Just because it seems like she starts dating the lawyer later.
No, I think you're forgetting what year this movie came out.
You're right.
And no, we'll get into it with the remake, but like all of these characters are in that remake.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see because I really don't remember anything about that movie.
I'm a little scared to watch the remake because I haven't seen it in a long time, but it was one of my favorites when I was like 10, 12.
Shut the damn window. I love this bit with the creepy guy at the door.
William Castle really loves his haunted houses.
That's true.
Oh yeah,
scary.
I wasn't expecting a jump scare here.
It's just a sad old guy.
He's like, "Excuse me, sir." Yeah, no, he does. I mean, the haunted house trope was certainly a thing he went back to, it seems.
Probably just because it was cheap. Do either of you know how
Yeah.
much this movie was made for, approximately?
I'm sure very little. It's also on Wikipedia it doesn't even say. But yeah, I'm sure these are made on the cheap.
One thing
I
I
really
do
do have
appreciate. Oh, sorry. Go
I
ahead.
really do have a soft spot for the haunted house type movies, though. Like, it's one of my favorite like tropes in horror. So I was hooked on this movie from the beginning. It's just I think it gets a little
It gets too complicated.
overcomplicated later, which is weird to say because it's not hard to follow or anything. But yeah,
Yeah, and that's some of the stuff I like about it, just because I
I
completely forgot about the Scooby-Doo plot.
I did get a little lost. Like it took me forever to realize who the lawyer. I think it's the lawyer, whoever like drags the little
yeah,
kid into the money plot.
yeah. That's the lawyer. His heel turn seemed a bit sudden to me, though. Too,
Uh-huh.
I didn't get the vibe that
I
he
don't
was
think
a.
it is.
I didn't get the vibe that he
We'll
was
talk about it.
an untrustworthy guy.
He's a lawyer. What's wrong with you?
He's the blood sucking lawyer.
I was just fooled by his charisma.
I do like now. What I will say about this movie, to give it a positive, I totally understand if you find this dull or boring, or if it's not your thing. How I feel about this movie, and I think, to be clear, I haven't seen any other William Castle movies. This is like kind of that in between, like some of the big classics of the Universal monster movies or The Haunting, which we recently reviewed and Noah
Yep.
talked about a lot, really liking. Like this is somewhere between those and then like the B movie schlock we think of this era, like your Robot Monsters or Ed Wood
Yeah.
movies. It's like it's somewhere between those, because I don't think it's like horribly incompetent or anything. The whole cast across the board, I will say, I think is decent. I don't think there's anyone terrible in this movie.
Yeah.
Nobody makes me go, oh god, like this is terrible.
Hmm.
But also some unconventional, like this is not a conventional lead for this type of
Right.
movie.
This dad and his very old wife.
I mean,
Even
he
the
is
kid
very
He
old.
doesn't
isn't.
get anything to do.
Even the kid isn't really annoying.
No, he's decent. Also, the dad look like he doesn't sound like him, but he looked like James Remar to me.
We'll talk about it more in the remake, but I think there is a change the remake makes, which is good choice, um, in terms of the villain of the movie.
Yeah, and I think
Ghosts.
part of what disappointed me about this movie a little bit, not to just shit on it when we're not even halfway through it, but like I don't think it quite leaned far enough into the campier B movie aspects as I was hoping it would.
It's a little too serious.
Yeah. They should have hired some more incompetent actors. Would have made this movie better.
So
No,
I'll bring this up now because I might forget when we get there. The ghost that confused me was the lion. What
yeah,
what is
Oh,
that doing there?
I'm gonna complain about that scene when we get there.
Okay. One thing I do
Noah bringing the
appreciate
big
with
guns.
this having a remake and it being the original, and they're both 13 ghosts, is because this one just uses the number 13, and the remake goes with it spelled out, so you can differentiate them when you're googling stuff.
No,
true.
that movie's called 13 in Ghosts.
What?
That is also true.
It
No,
does the
John,
fan.
look at the poster. Look at the poster and how it's spelled. It's
It does the fan.
Okay.
obnoxious.
Yeah, it does the fan force stick thing.
Oh yeah, they
Yeah,
do.
the number 13 is a part of the word.
Say what you will though, I remember as a kid that poster was like so cool. It's like, oh god, what's happening with the face and all the pictures.
It's very of its time.
Kind of
Also, I
creepy
didn't
poster.
count. Are there actually 13 ghosts in this movie?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
But there's also a spinning blade of fire, and I don't know what to do with that.
Yeah.
But it's not one of the ghosts. It's just a thing that shows up.
Because the remake
There's-
makes that a plot point of there's 13 ghosts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you see each and every one of them in this movie.
This is the
Like,
goofy
one by
shit
one.
Noah likes. The fly on the string.
Yeah.
This is the worst effect in the movie.
When stuff's moving around on strings in this movie, I'm down. I'm with it.
I'm having a good time.
Do you think if the
Um,
movie didn't have Illusionos, would have the movie? Wait, do you think if this movie didn't have Illusions, would the movie have been remade or would it be forgotten? I mean, I arguably, like, I don't want to sound down on this. Arguably, this movie has kind of been forgotten even before it was remade.
Yeah.
I don't think it's remade because of the Illusiono gimmick that never went anywhere.
Yeah, and the remake, what's that name of the studio? It was, I think, a short-lived studio, Dark Castle Entertainment. Like, Dark Castle existed to remake William Castle movies. So you had,
Okay.
I think House on Haunted Hill was the first one, and then 13 Ghosts is one, and I don't know if they did any others. But like, yeah, that's why that movie exists.
Interesting. Yeah, because
yes,
I've never even heard of
so
that production company.
it's interesting you guys say that because they are still making movies.
Okay. So it looks like they got out of just remaking William Castle stuff.
Yeah, so they made those so they made that movie Last Breath that just came out.
Oh wow.
And they made the Orphan movies.
Oh.
Okay.
I haven't seen those, but I'm really sad because Orphan is one of those that like lives and dies on a twist, and I know the twist before I saw the movie.
So
They
no,
made
sorry, but no.
they made the House of Wax remake, Robert.
Oh, cool. There you go.
Interesting. I still want to see that.
Just so I mention it now that we're introduced to this character, the witch, as they call her. It took me an embarrassingly long time to figure out
No,
that that's the Wicked Witch of the West.
Oh no!
Oh, for shame.
If it makes you
Yeah,
feel better, I didn't know that because I haven't seen that movie in like 20 years.
yeah.
I need
Margaret
to.
Hamilton.
Yeah,
It's
I
also
need to
wild.
learn.
It's also wild to think that this movie is made over 20 years after that.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
But Robert, I think what you were thinking of with the two movies is that movie is directed by a guy that only made two movies. Both of them were for Dark Castle Entertainment, 13 Ghosts and Ghost Ship.
Yep. We'll get to that. we
And,
get
and
to the
honestly,
next
Ghost
company.
Ship, it is a movie that never lives up to the first like 10 minutes, but it's not the worst thing I've ever seen.
There are ghosts in this here house.
Maybe? By the
Thanks
end
for
of the movie,
mentioning.
I'm not sure.
Thanks for mentioning that as soon as we moved in.
But Noah, that's his whole plot. He's trying to scare these people out of this house. So you saying you were surprised by his heel turn, I'm like, that's what
Okay,
he's doing the whole movie.
so when we get to the scene with the Ouija board, it seems like he's don't mess with that. You'll anger the spirits, blah blah blah. Like it seems like he cares for their well-being in that scene. But I don't know. I was kind of I guess I was swindled by the
I also
lawyer.
didn't pick up that that's his plot as early as this.
You
Was to
you were just
scare him.
really invested in the love story of this
I
old
was-
lawyer and their very young daughter.
No, see, I
Is what
was
you're
like
saying.
I was the daughter in this scenario. I was just I was charmed by
I
him.
was the daughter, Noah 2025.
Oh, you're gonna
Uh,
clip that, aren't you?
of course. So one thing I will say that's interesting with her, I know it's kind of a trope, the house caretaker that's kind of creepy. But all I could think of
Like
was
The
just
Haunting.
the house on Haunted Hill, or God damn it, the Haunting of Hill House
There
with
you
the
go.
religious caretaker.
Yep.
All these
There's too
haunting
many
and hills,
houses on the hills that are haunted.
haunted. Yeah,
There's House on Haunted Hill. There's the Haunting of Hill House. Oh, and don't worry, Robert. The hill. God damn it. House on Haunted Hill remake also got a 10-year later sequel, Return to
Yay.
House on Haunted Hill.
One thing I can give this movie credit is explaining what the word Ouija means.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait,
I
it's
will
just
say,
yes?
Yes.
What?
I will say it kind of impressive for a movie in the 60s to have an Ouija board.
Yeah,
I
no
wasn't
kidding.
expecting that. I do think it's funny though how he describes it because he's like, "we" meaning yes, and "yeah," and then he continues to pronounce it like "we-ja" instead of "we-ya."
I love how aloof and dumb the dad in this movie is. He also doesn't care much for his family's well-being.
He's too invested in the like ghost plot and the connection with his uncle.
Yeah, I think
But
that's what kind of threw me off is at because I've heard that apparently the cast was upset that the boy got top billing, but like he's the only one that's connected to the plot of this movie.
But he's the
he's
hero.
kind of the main character. And
Yeah.
also, they, I think that was by design too, because I think they were marketing this movie towards kids. Like, I don't know if all William Castle's movies were like that, but this was the era of horror being being marketed more towards kids, you know,
That makes sense
especially
because
comic books and other things.
even just going back based on what few 60s movies I've seen, this isn't particularly scary. Like there's the jump scare, but like the horror is just
Yeah.
really poorly animated ghosts that don't
I'll
really
say
do
charming.
anything.
I guess a man gets crushed to death at the end of this movie, but that's about it.
Is that what's happening? I couldn't tell.
Yes.
Yeah, the bed crushes him.
To be fair, no, in the version that I watched, the screen is blue, and then there's like flashing
Yeah.
red, and I could kind
You
of see
couldn't
something happening on the other side of it, but
you couldn't tell what was happening under all that nonsense?
no.
It's getting spooky. I will also say I have a bit more of a fondness for this movie because I actually first see this when I'm a little kid. I'm at
Oh, we have the
friend
same thing, just with the different
party.
versions of this movie.
Exactly. Yeah, we have the complete opposite experience with these. So, well, when I was a little kid, I found it kind of creepy, and I remember liking it. And then I didn't see it again for like 20 years for this. And it was fun revisiting it. And he warned me ahead of time. He was like, "Oh no, like this is not one of William Castle's best movies. It kind of sucks." But I was like, "I find it charming. Like it has its moments."
Yeah.
For as much as I complain about this movie, I don't hate it. I do find it pretty charming for what
I
it is.
yeah, like I have a list of problems. I didn't hate watching it even when I was lost at parts of the film of like what was happening. It's not one that I will probably ever go back to after this commentary, but
13 what?
it's got things I like. I like the atmosphere. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
One
I
in
like a good black and white horror picture.
oh picture.
Well, in whichever cut you're watching, this is like a consummate like Halloween party throwing spooky shit on in the background movie.
Well, and
It's
what's
perfect for that.
interesting is
Yeah.
there's been rumors for years now that I think either Paramount or Netflix is going to do a prequel show to the remake that is all about like the ghosts because the ghosts all have backstories. And the main thing I've heard for years is people want that show that like fleshes out each of the ghosts' backstories. And there's been rumors that it's happening.
I just think it's a little late for that.
It is no, because at this point, just remake it again.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
This isn't some sacred film that can never be remade again.
Ah,
Oh my
No,
god, the picture
I
fell.
I absolutely think that there's room for improvement here.
No,
oh
like
my
I like the
God.
remake. I'm curious to see how it holds up because I haven't watched it in a while. I still think there is a definitive version. But Robert, you know what this movie is missing? Matthew Lillard acting his heart out.
I mean, just about any movie is better with Matthew Lillard acting his heart out.
I love this scene. Like that scene, I think it's both funny with the string, But it's also actually kind of creepy with it pointing at the girl and her saying, "Oh, don't tell me what I don't want to know." And then the parents are like really nonchalant about it, but the
Well,
mom's like,
let's go
"It's
back to
fucking
bed.
floating. That's weird."
The dad's like, there's nothing to worry about.
The dad may be one of the worst horror protagonists, if you could call him a protagonist, that I've
I
ever
love him.
seen in
I
a
think
horror
the,
movie. The
like
kid, yeah.
the film focuses on the dad because he's the one that can do things, but I'd argue that the kid ends up being the protagonist. He's the only one with something to do in this movie.
He's the only one that does stuff.
He is also an idiot and gets it from his father.
Yes. My favorite thing
But
about this movie is he just finds $200 laying around,
yeah,
and then he's like, "I'm gonna
well,
hide this," and I'm like, "And do what with it? What is your end goal here?"
he's a dumb kid. But I think with the dad, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think even after one of the first scenes where he like sees the ghosts with the glasses on, I think even later he's still like, now there must be some reasonable explanation for all this. I'm like, dude,
Do that? Yeah. Well, and then I have a big question because we'll get more into it when we get there. But the climax is, well, we're moving out because this place is haunted. But before we leave, we have to do a séance. What?
Yes.
yeah, or a seance, as that one guy says.
Adam Arch, just popping in to say I'm still confused about the absence of Scooby Doo and Vincent Price. But that's a different movie.
Yeah, it is funny that Vincent Price couldn't be in this one, but he is in the 13 Ghosts of Scooby Doo show and other William Castle movies. But he's not in this one specifically.
I do think this movie, because I ended up giving this a 2.5 on Letterboxd. Like, it's all right. I do think this gets bumped up to a 3, maybe a 3.5 if Vincent Price is the dad.
Oh, sure. And I think the dad's fine. Like, he's not a bad actor or anything, but I'd love if
He's not bad,
Vincent
but
Price was in this
he
movie.
kind of adds to the blandness of this movie.
It it
Draven,
has that. Oh, sorry. Go on.
if the remake was a success, they probably would have been a whole anthology series. Was that remake like a failure though?
It might have done better on home video. It might have been one of those movies, but it didn't do great. Oh no! The problem is
Oh
they spent so
yeah,
much on it. That's
yeah.
the
I just
problem.
noticed that movie has a $42 million budget. That's
Why?
a mistake.
Where did that money go to?
I mean, you
That
can
is,
see
to
it.
be fair,
You
you
can see
can
it on
see it.
screen.
That is a very
Can
effects
you?
heavy film.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No, the house in that movie is insane. I
Yep.
kind of love it. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I guess to be fair, A, they spent too much on it, but B, it did end up just kind of becoming a cult classic. Like that's a home
Yeah.
video movie.
And that's like I kind of heard of this movie, but all I hear anyone talk about with 13 Ghosts is the remake.
Yeah. No, I think this. Oh,
Oh, here we go.
So I have a question about the number of ghosts. We're counting the executioner guy as a ghost, but the head he's chopping off isn't part of the count. Does that make sense?
no,
Why does that not count as a ghost?
Because it's just his
Robert,
head.
is this 13.5 ghosts?
I think so.
Tyler, the special features of my copy of 13 Ghosts has a mockumentary on the different ghosts, how they came to be, so a TV show based. Yeah, like that from
Oh.
the people my age that love that remake because we grew up with it. I'm kind of indifferent. Like I'm fine with the movie just being a movie, the piece on its own. But that is the main thing I hear is we want a TV show that is like the backstory of all the ghosts. Jaden says, "Well, you get Shaggy in the remake. That is true, and he's the best part of that
Yeah.
remake."
So
Adam
Adam
Arch,
Arch
everything is
says that
improved by Vincent
everything's
Price. I mean,
improved.
that is just correct.
Yeah. I will also say everything is improved with Matthew Lillard.
That is also correct. I'm this close to being able to see Life of Chuck. I can't wait.
Dude, he's so fucking good in that movie.
I don't normally watch movies just because like an actor is in them. Like if I'm not interested in the movie, I'm not going to be won over because Matthew Lillard or someone's in it. There are times where
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to. I kind of just want to watch movies that he's in to see him in different kinds of movies.
Yeah,
Well,
he's
it's
a great
like
actor.
he's usually one of the highlights of everything he's in. Like I know even you don't really like this, but in Twin Peaks season 3, he's
He's the
amazing in
best
that.
part.
Yeah.
Tyler, have
Wait,
you guys
Matthew
got to
Lillard's
the
in that?
line? Yes.
Yeah, and
I didn't
he's
know that.
incredible.
Tyler, have you guys gotten to the lion? No.
No, that's
13.
like halfway through.
So Noah, I have a question.
Yeah.
Is it so? We just got to the scene where he puts on the glasses. In our
Yeah.
cut, it switches to blue because now he's gonna see ghosts.
Yeah.
Is it just kind of like, oh, well, he's got glasses on now because like nothing really changes in your cut?
Yeah. So he's just putting on. He just has the glasses on now, and then you see the 13 not light up, but you still see it in the book.
Okay.
But that's why I assumed that. Oh, okay, these scenes must be in 3D.
Yeah.
No, so what's happening here is if you're watching it with the illusion gimmick, it's if I'm
Yeah.
looking through the red, I can see the ghosts. If I'm looking through the blue, there's nothing there. So I'm just looking
Okay.
at him looking at nothing.
That's amazing then, because like if you just do that, that's just a picture of a shot of the wall.
That's all
Well,
it is.
but wouldn't that be the same if you didn't have the glasses up? You would just see nothing,
No,
right?
no, you'd see both. So it'd just be
Oh,
kind of fucked up.
okay.
Yeah. This is a
But
cool
I
shot
like
where
the
they're like on
skeleton.
fire.
Yeah. Well, and
Skeleton on a string.
I do really like some of the particularly ghoulish designs of some of the ghosts. Like they look like EC Comics characters.
And
Like I wish
now
they had more
there's
screen
the
time.
fan.
I don't know.
The fan of flames.
Ah.
Oh my god, it's getting closer.
Oh god, it's getting bigger.
Now I will say, I said this hasn't aged well. I will give it credit where its credit's due. I've never seen anything quite like this, especially in the '60s.
Some of these effects are fun. I like the skeleton on fire.
Yeah.
That's fun.
My brain though
I,
is still stuck on the remake was a $40 million movie. Why would you do that?
this I will say is the one improvement over House on Haunted Hill. That movie didn't have a flaming skeleton on a string.
That's true. That is
That's true.
true.
It just had a regular skeleton on a
Well,
string.
see,
see.
that's the monkey's paw. You get a flaming skeleton on a string, but you lose Vincent Price.
But it's the worst. Yeah, you lose Vincent Price.
And John, for context in terms of Dark Castle Entertainment, before they did the 13 Ghosts remake, their House on Haunted Hill remake was made for less than $20 million and made $65 million. So that one turned a profit.
Yeah.
Why would you go from 20 million to a 45?
I have a feeling because the house in that movie is not nearly as elaborate. I have a feeling the extra 20 is just making that insane house. God bless them that they did though, because it is wonderful. It makes no sense from an architecture perspective, and I don't know why anyone would want to live there, but I love it.
They really don't want you to forget that there's 13 of these ghosts.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, the second you get 13 burned on your hand, get the
Yeah.
fuck out of that house.
Ah, there must be some sort of explanation for all this.
This movie is the poster child for white people shit.
Yeah.
Don't get the fuck out.
No,
Idiots.
Robert, we have to solve this mystery.
We have to
That-
finish the story.
But there's a whole other mystery going on that they don't even know about.
They're about to uncover. If they stay at the house, they will know about the mystery.
See, and if we ever do remake this again, I'd like to see maybe a not shot for shot, but a closer to this, because I think you could do something really cool with this now and still make it a cheap B movie.
I'll get more into it, or I'll definitely talk about this again when we get to the remake commentary. But how you feel about Midnight Mass as your definitive version of Salem's Lot from Mike Flanagan? That's now retroactively how I feel about Mike Flanagan's Haunting of Hill House, where I'm like, oh, that's just kind of that's the definitive version of 13 Ghosts for me now. Because there's
You
a
know what? I
lot of
could see that. I never thought about that.
both versions. There's a
Yeah.
lot of 13 Ghosts in that
Yeah.
show.
Interesting.
You're not wrong. I never thought to put those.
Thank you.
Like 13 Ghosts was a staple of my preteens, teens. It's not a movie I think about a lot now. Like it's like, oh yeah, Matthew Lillard's great in that movie, and then I'm sad because, yeah. When are we gonna get 13 Ghosts versus Ghostbusters?
13 Ghostbusters.
Slasher Fred, the
No.
original. Welcome in, Slasher Fred. Always good to see you. The original 13 Ghost opens almost like a documentary with William Castle explaining the ghost. That is correct.
That's correct.
That's true. And there's a really good bit at the end of this movie where William Castle shows back up again, and he's like, "Now, if you still don't believe in ghosts, bring these home and look through the red lens if you dare."
I was laughing so hard at that.
So good. Noah, you watched the inferior version. For sure.
Yeah. If only that version was available anywhere.
John
Why didn't
found it.
Why didn't you just go buy the Blu-ray?
Because I'm not that committed. This dude's uncle is named Plato.
Weird name.
He's like thinks he's a philosopher or some shit.
Who will be the 13th ghost?
I was kind of expecting when the 13th ghost to show up, it would just be a
13th
giant
Joe?
13
13th Joe.
Jokers? That's going to be the
Yeah.
sequel to the 3 Jokers.
Oh
I was
god.
expecting it to be a giant question mark.
That's in the opening credit.
Yeah,
That would be great, though.
yeah. That they showed you what all the ghosts look like.
Oh no.
I was really disappointed when it wasn't.
You know,
His
we
his boss here is
Oh.
also surprisingly nonchalant.
it's so
Like,
blue.
oh, is it the ghosts?
You know,
Yeah.
not
I
to
really like the makeup on these ghosts.
yeah.
Like, so they look like EC Comics characters.
Oh yeah, these
Yeah.
ones are cool.
I like the slow mo. This part's shockingly violent. and the chef has a goofy mustache. That's great. And then, oh my god.
John, I will say every time there's a ghost scene, your room lights up blue. Which is really
Well, you see,
funny.
they're trying to come into the real world.
Oh no.
You know, we have once again missed the mark. We should have been doing I Know What You Did Last Summer commentary this week, but I'm also not upset that we're not watching that.
Who cares?
Right. This is the part of the movie where it's like, okay, now ghosts are like throwing shit around and somebody almost gets hit.
Yeah, I was like,
Like,
but why
get
are
out
they
of there.
throwing things around?
Oh yeah, see, even here he's like, what do you mean it came off? Like he's trying to explain it. It's like, dude, you have 13
Also,
burned into your head.
Robert, for
This is the
our
condition.
copy, I think this is
I
a
love
little bit of a
this.
cheat. This is a ghost scene, but they don't have the blue or the red.
But
It's
we
just a
can't
floating
see them.
flower account. Oh, true.
I
Yeah, but
that.
like, why can we not see them now versus? Or,
Good question.
Because he doesn't have the glasses on right now.
Yeah.
but that's not always consistent either.
Nope.
That's true.
Yeah, because we just had the
Also-
scene of the few people in the kitchen and nobody's
Yeah.
there with them.
Also, exposition boy.
Hey,
Where did you
that's
learn
the
all
ghost.
this?
It's talking to the ghosts. This is the part where it's like, okay, we're throwing meat cleavers at people. Let's get out of this house. This isn't safe.
It's not exactly the same, but this
We
kind of
got-
reminded this kind of reminded me of the part in Poltergeist where like the ghosts are moving the chairs around in the kitchen.
You think Poltergeist is a remake of this?
It's a better movie than this.
Yeah, and I didn't even love that movie. I thought it was just okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa!
That
Oh,
old creepy lady, she's probably a ghost.
no, just because I forgot to send it to you, and I don't want to forget to tell you. I sent Robert. There was somebody. One of the actors from the new "I Know What You Did Last Summer" movie was on a podcast like promoting the movie, and you're like,
Mhm.
"Oh, I know what you did last summer. Walked so Scream could run," and I was like, "What? Scream came out first? What are you talking about?"
That only makes sense if they're talking about the draft of the script that Kevin Williamson wrote, because he did write that before writing Scream. But that's probably giving them
I
too
don't-
much credit.
I don't
Yeah.
think they're talking about that, Robert. I think they're genuinely confused.
That's the only way that makes sense.
Maybe they're talking about the franchises.
But even then, that
Scream
doesn't
has
make sense because Scream came first.
Scream has had lasted longer and it's had better legs as a franchise.
That
No
is
one
true.
cares about I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yeah, well, which
Ugh.
also had a sequel.
Yeah,
And I
but,
mean,
like-
arguably, the sequel is better than any Scream sequel because it has Jamaican Jack Black.
That's true.
I can't believe I didn't know about that. But yeah, I'm
Mom is
also
so old.
giving them too much credit, for sure.
No, John, what I had with this movie is, this is, even though I don't, even though this wasn't per se a drive-in movie, it has that vibe of, okay, yeah, there's the boring talking scenes where you're supposed to kind of not pay attention, and then the ghosts show up and you go, ah, like the original The Blob, like it has that similar pacing to it.
I was not as bored by this as I was the Blob. I will give it that.
I will say The Blob, I think, is more boring than this movie.
Oh, the main kid in this just died in 2015.
Rest in peace.
No.
Oh wow, he was only active from 53 to 68.
And yeah, like I said earlier, for a cast of like not particularly super well known actors, I think everyone's fine in this movie. Of course, the Wicked Witch here be kind of their biggest get.
It's embarrassing though because I kept seeing in the credits Margaret Hamilton. I was like, "Who is that? That's a familiar name." And I think it was about here I realized, oh shit, that's the Wicked Witch of the West. I'm dumb. I do need to rewatch Wizard of Oz though, to be fair.
So this is called setup and payoff. We're
It's
hinting
Chekhov's
at
bed.
it is Chekhov's bed, but we're hinting at how the uncle died, and this is gonna come back at the end of the movie. It's like poetry, it rhymes.
No one's ever really gone. I'm just
Those
gonna
are-
mention this because I haven't heard of this movie. The Slasher Fred says the same year that the remake of 13 Ghosts came out, Shannon Elizabeth appeared in a movie called Tomcats, which has a scene where a seemingly innocent child bedroom becomes a torture chamber. Have you guys heard of that?
I have not heard of it.
No. I'm gonna Google it.
Slasher Fred also mentioned a movie I've heard of, but I haven't seen, called Matinee, where there's a trailer for a fake movie, and John Goodman's character is a spoof of William Castle. That sounds awesome.
That does
I
sound
need to
awesome.
check that out.
John
Uh,
Goodman is an actor I like a lot in theory, but he's just not in a lot of movies that I want to see, especially lately.
Tomcats is a rom-com screwball comedy from 2001 starring Jerry O'Connell, Jake
Yeah.
Busey, and Shannon Elizabeth.
That is
Okay.
not the vibe I would have gotten from the way Slasher
no,
Fred described it.
I thought it was going to be another horror movie.
Close the
Interesting.
damn window.
That's kind of a theme in this movie. Everyone's got their windows open.
I love the idea. What is your movie about thematically? Closing the damn windows.
Don't let in a draft.
Also, I don't remember if it's a movie or a show, but I know there's something that John Waters appears in where he plays a William Castle character.
That's a good casting too.
And that's funny, and that's great casting because John Waters is like the more exploitation version.
Well, it's funny. I have a funny thing with John Waters because I've not seen a lot of his movies. Like, there's a couple I have no interest in seeing. But the main thing I've seen him in is Seed of Chucky. So that's just what my brain goes to, where he's like the sleazy paparazzi guy. So good.
And of course, there's his cameo in one of Alvin and the Chipmunks movies, where
I've
Alvin
only
says
seen
that he.
I know
where
that you're a
he's
big fan
seen-
of the Alvin and the Chipmunk movies, but I've only seen the first one.
Listen, there's a scene in one of the Alvin and the Chipmunks movies where Alvin says to John Waters that he has seen Pink Flamingos, which is wild to me.
I mean, that is.
That's great. It would also be great if he got acid poured on his face, like in Seed of Chucky, and he has the same death in a Chipmunks movie.
Yeah, and it's rated R for that scene.
Noah is the world's biggest Alvin and the Chipmunks fan, but specifically the live action movies.
Listen, every time John Waters comes up in a conversation, I have to bring that up. I just do.
So here we're setting up how the uncle was suffocated to death, and I don't think the dad here will mention or comment on this.
No.
He's just like, "Oh, that was weird."
Robert, I'm also getting. I didn't think about this in the first time, but with like the way the house is and the weird shit, I'm just thinking of Clock Tower.
Yeah, I could see that. I like.
No,
that
I know
shot.
you fell asleep when we were playing that game, but a lot of weird shit happened in that game.
Yeah, Robert, you fell asleep when we played that.
Sure.
Do you think
here-
you think Vincent Price could have been the Scissorman?
Yeah,
Oh, absolutely.
Reasons.
And here's a 40-year-old man bringing home a teenage daughter off a date that Noah approves of. Just wanted to.
Noah loves those. Loves those.
His
teenage girls
daughter?
and-
What are you talking about? That's not
The family's teenage daughter.
I mean, okay, Noah, this is the '60s. If she's not a teenager, then she would have been moved out, married, had kids.
That's true.
She's clearly supposed to be
Yeah,
a
I'm thinking
teenager.
too much of our modern expectations.
I think she's supposed to be like a
What?
senior in high school.
That was just funny because she looks like she's in her mid-20s, early.
Oh, she probably is.
But it's just funny because normally I don't notice it because I'm so adjusted, but for whatever reason I'm noticing it in this. I think it's because
Oh my
in
God.
movie like more modern stuff when we do that we try to age them down. This movie's like, she's
Skip.
an age.
Now, Noah, this
Yeah.
is where
This is the guy.
This is the guy. This is where the
guy.
black and white actually kind of fucks up the plot. Because if you're watching this with the ghost viewer option, and this is still in black and white, you're like, well, why is this ghost
Wait
in
a
black and
minute.
white? That doesn't make
Yeah.
sense. And then it'll make sense later because there's a twist
I didn't think of it. It's a good point.
that Noah didn't see coming.
I didn't see it coming because I watched the wrong version, Robert. I wasn't able to predict that.
You were also just really into the Ben character, and we're really sad when he
I'm
turned
gonna
out to
say
be
it.
evil.
Ben did nothing wrong in this movie. He's just trying to collect a fortune. He's just trying to.
He goes about it horribly.
This is Noah's film projector moment.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even think those two are on the same level. I think Ben's better than the film projector.
You know,
You think he's
I
Projectionist.
Superman?
after having seen Superman, I think I'm on Robert's side here, where the film projectionist is the best character.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, but he's not Superman in that.
Dylan wants to know when does Scooby Doo show up? That's the second time we've been asked about this.
That's really funny because A, Shaggy's gonna be in the next version of this movie, and B, this is just a Scooby Doo plot. and I love it.
Welcome in, Dylan. Good to see you.
Take a shot every time someone mentions Scooby Doo tonight.
It's just making me want to watch Scooby Doo.
We got to do a Scooby Doo stream.
We do,
Absolutely.
yeah. No, I'm gonna need you to comb through every episode of Scooby Doo that's ever been
Yeah.
made and pick out like the best one. Oh my god.
You know I'm the wrong person for that. Ah,
So so admittedly this confused me a little bit when I was watching it. So is the idea that's the lawyer just in makeup?
Yes.
yeah, he's wearing a mask.
That's Ben.
Okay.
Um,
Because
you see
she
at the end
sees
later.
him, runs, and they come in and comfort her, and then we never turn back to it. It's just gone.
Yes.
I was like, what? What is happening? Dylan says Scooby Doo on Zombie Island hits hard. I mean, it is the best Scooby Doo movie.
We did do a commentary on it.
We did. Tyler says, John, watch Scooby Doo. I have other things to do though, like watch 13 Ghosts.
That also
Not the
implies that
Scooby-Doo one.
he hasn't watched any Scooby Doo, and
We know that's not true. I saw the live action movie in theaters like 5 times.
Oh my god.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That was the most like
I
deceitful
rented it
thing
from
I ever
Blockbuster.
did as a kid. Is I kept telling people I hadn't seen Scooby Doo, so they'd take me to go see Scooby Doo.
That's amazing.
Okay. All right. So we find out that the money is hidden under
Oswald
the stair. The money's hidden under the staircase.
That is kind of the most comic accurate penguin we've ever
It
had.
really, yeah, it
It's
really
got
does look
monocle.
like it. But the bills that just fell on the floor look like they came from the ceiling, not the stairs.
Well, it was
It's
one of the
not about-
ghosts.
The film isn't about the little details, Noah.
It's about the big picture.
There you go.
Noah, Tyler's gonna give you a wiki to of Scooby Doo recommendations to make for the video.
Oh, so you're giving me permission to copy your homework, Tyler?
Dylan Smithy, 1 ticket for Scooby Doo 2. Sir, this is a Wendy's. Draven says the best Scooby Doo thing ever is the Blair Witch parody called the Scooby Doo Project. I mean, I haven't seen it, but I tend to prefer the actual Scooby Doo versus a parody.
No, it's a good parody. Well, it's an official parody. You know, you got the actual voice actors to do it.
No, the best Scooby Doo thing is Looney Tunes Back in Action when Matthew Lillard is being roasted by animated Shaggy.
So good.
He didn't deserve that. He's great Shaggy.
He is a great.
So, John, you want more backstory for the ghosts? Here you go.
Oh.
This guy got his head eaten by a lion.
Oh, is that
the
why
lion?
It's here?
Yeah, when the lion's also one of the ghosts too, right?
Yep.
Are we counting the lion? Yeah.
Yes, the lion is counted as the opening credits of the film
But
showed us.
but not the guy's head, the
Nope.
different guy's head.
There are at least okay. So there is a decapitated man who is a ghost, and a separate severed head that is not a ghost. Keep
Oh,
up,
yeah.
Noah.
Yeah, this is a different severed head.
Yes, this is not.
I will say we'll talk more about it when we get there. I think the remake was smart to go its own way with the ghosts and like do its own thing.
Look at. I think though you do get the decapitated guy, but it goes by so quickly, and they don't have a lion. We'll get to it.
Yeah.
This is my least favorite scene in the movie, by the way.
It goes on a long time.
It goes on forever. I don't understand why we're spending so much time on it. It's not
He's playing with the
cool.
ghost.
It's not
Wow.
entertaining in any way.
There's a man performing with a lion wearing a fucking. They can't see. He's doing this for your entertainment. and
I
you're
will
guffawing.
say this is probably the worst scene, but this is my favorite stuff in the movie when it turns blue and you get the red ghosts. So like in this version, I'm
See,
fine with it because it looks cool.
I think it's because I watched the black and white version. I'm just sitting here
Yeah.
why? Like, why am I watching this? Like,
They're ghosts.
Dylan says you see that Joe Dante sold his Citizen Kane sled for 14 million. Here's
Oh my god!
Jesus. Here's coming from Looney Tunes back in action too. That would
I
require
hope.
Zaslav to not be completely incompetent when it comes to Looney Tunes.
hey, I mean, they put The Day the Earth Blew Up on Max, so that's something.
It was funny too. I sent Kyle, who's been in the chat, my 2025 list. He's giving me shit for having that new Looney Tunes movie up. So I was like, I don't know, man. It's just we don't make stuff like that anymore. So it's just such a
Yeah,
joy.
and it's
There's
really
movies.
good.
There's movies that I have it over that I probably are better technically, but I was just so happy to see proper
Yeah,
Looney Tunes again.
I still need to
and
watch it.
it's a really
Yes.
well-made
So
version of that movie.
yeah. So like I said, I was really confused about the Lion Ghost, but I also enjoyed it just because this is the stuff that I had latched onto with the weird colors and the red, blue, and red.
Also, Noah, how do you not love the guy with the costume to hide his head?
That made me chuckle a bit, but I don't
But
know,
I
just
can
the
also
long
see
scenes
when
of
you're
the kid
watching it in.
watching just the long sequence of the kid watching the lion walk back and forth. I'm like, get on with
Also-
it, please.
I can also see in the black and white version this just feeling, well, we got to pad out the runtime.
Yes, that's the sense I
Also,
got.
okay, when I'm watching this, I'm like, okay, they probably shot a lion and then filmed this guy and then just put him together. And then you see the lion swat him. I'm like, oh my god, they're for real. He can't even fucking see. He's got a thing on. Like, oh my god.
That is crazy. I will say.
Like, he's gonna die. This looks like such a bad idea.
Oh yeah. So I looked up just like pictures of what the ghosts look like in the version Noah's watching. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is so
It
No,
kind
you
of
see what I'm
uninteresting.
watching right now. Yeah.
You see what I have to work. And now the mom with dementia's just cooking and fine. Like,
This is funny
totally
that she
fine.
has no reaction. I met a
You're just,
lion.
oh, that's nice, honey. A fucking meat cleaver almost killed your husband.
I think
Ghosts
that's
are function along.
the idea is that she's so desensitized to it. That's how I read it. It could just be like, oh yeah, whatever, kid.
I think she has
Lion.
dementia because she's very old.
Okay. I don't see any like evidence to that read, but
She's
sure.
75 years old, Noah. God.
You keep going on about how old she is.
She's
I think
75 years old.
she doesn't look any older than the dad.
I disagree. And this is the scene where Noah was like, "Yep, nothing weird about this."
No, no, no,
This
no.
guy-
This is where I started to be like, oh, okay, this guy's evil.
This is where you started to get sus.
This is where
okay.
I was like,
Real quick, Dylan says that for him the new Looney Tunes film was more Ren and Stimpy than Looney Tunes. I haven't seen any Ren and Stimpy to compare, but it felt very old school Looney Tunes to me. This
yeah,
is where I was like, I feel like this movie has completely shifted plots, and this makes
yeah.
the kid look like a moron.
He is.
No, because I could just like see everything coming from this point. And I was just kind of like,
Why
Why
does
are we
he
doing
decide
this
this
right
guy
now?
is trustworthy?
No, from this point on, I could predict the rest of the movie.
Oh yeah.
Well,
yeah,
good
I'm sure.
for you. Noah saw this scene and was like, yeah, and this guy's gonna get crushed by a bed, and this kid's gonna hide the money, and
Right.
At the start, you were like, "Oh, I didn't see that guy's heel turn coming. That made no sense." There's still a half-hour movie left. Like,
oh god, there's still half an hour movie left.
25 minutes, 20 minutes, but yeah.
It is funny, like we talked about how that scene could be seen as padding. They don't even get to an hour and a half even. It's an hour 24 minutes.
That's fine.
Yeah. No, bring back the 90-minute or less movie.
Mhm. And like I said, I do want to see more William Castle movies because like this is considered like not one of his best. So
I am excited
I'd
to
like to
show
see
you
some
House
more.
on Haunted Hill at some point.
I mean, are any of them considered great?
Uh, I
Like,
think
as if this
his
is the
probably his
lesser one.
his team his like collaborations with Vincent Price are probably more fondly remembered.
Yeah, just because
No,
it's Price.
God, this is fucking Silent Night, Deadly Night all over again. No, it's like William Castle's not a real artist. Like
Yeah.
his movies aren't that deep.
Because like Noah, to be fair to Noah, uh, I can see that with this movie because this movie has kind of been forgotten in favor of the remake. Where something like House on Haunted Hill, I don't think is quite so imbalanced.
Well, I think that Vincent Price is big.
No, stop. This is the creepiest scene in the movie.
Oh,
Get out of there, kid.
Dylan
When
says
weird.
75 years old, so she's in her 50s and the 60s. Yeah.
Yes. Look, kid, if a creepy man is trying to tell you to keep a secret and he's got you cornered alone, get out of there.
Get out of there.
and he's promising you money.
Also, it's really funny that the sister is named Medea when I think that name has been ruined forever, thanks to Tyler Perry.
Fucking hate those movies, dude.
I'm surprised it took. I'm surprised it took us this long to mention that.
But like, see, have you guys even known someone with that name, or
No.
someone name their child that name? Like, who
No.
would? And if you did, why?
Apparently, Tyler Perry.
We at Haven of Horror apologize to all Medeas in the audience. Robert is prejudiced against you.
Dylan says Rosemary's Baby money mainly served as the producer. Oh, did he work on
Oh, that's true.
Rosemary's Baby?
Yeah, he produced some other stuff. Yeah, William Castle is not far off from Roger Corman, where they're known for like directing and making like really cheesy movies. But if you look at some of the stuff they produced, like they've got some legit classics or some really good movies that they were involved with.
Well, Noah's like that. That Rosemary's Baby. That movie sucks.
It's got nothing on 13 Ghosts.
Even though Noah's a really big fan of that director. That's a
Well, no, Robert. Noah prefers the Paramount Plus prequel
Oh.
to Rosemary's Baby.
Oh.
It's better because it's not directed by him. We're distancing ourselves from him.
Are you guys starting to think this movie has the same like 3 locations that we're just going back and forth to?
Oh yeah.
Over and over again. Also, talked over it earlier. This family again really nonchalant about their daughter getting attacked by a ghost in the middle of the night and fuck out. They're like, she'll be fine.
I feel
Yeah,
like
because
even
well, that was my confusion because we do that and then we cut to the lady opening the window, but we never see that thing again. I was like, what?
Right.
I feel like even the other characters at large are very nonchalant to the very existence of ghosts in the first place.
White people, man.
Also, skeleton.
Yeah.
There it is, spooky skeleton.
I think that's just a prop from House on Haunted Hill.
Yeah, I think that's the same skeleton that they reuse over, and they lit it on fire for this movie.
And Noah, because Ben is the bad guy, he's really trying to get them to leave. I don't know if you picked up on that.
I picked up on that at this point, like I said.
It's, the look on his face here is priceless when he thinks the cat's out of the bag because that stupid kid's like, I have a secret. And Ben's like, oh fuck. Show somebody this clip out of context, they're gonna think that's something very different's going on.
We got a name I don't recognize in the chat. Castellar Daniel Garcia, welcome in. Ghost Story and The Changeling are good horror films. I don't remember liking loving the Changeling, if that's the one I'm thinking of. Noah, didn't we review that?
Yeah, that's George C. Scott.
But I also need to rewatch it.
Don't watch our review because I think we shat on it.
And then
I think John
Ghost,
especially hated that movie.
and then
No, we
Ghost
gotta
Story.
rewatch that.
I don't know about Ghost
Is
Story.
that the A24 movie with? No, I'm thinking of something else.
No, Ghost. I assume the one he's talking about is the 1981 Ghost Story,
Yeah,
which is really good.
I just thought of that one too. Yeah, that's probably the one he's referring to.
Tubi has shown
Really
both
creepy.
versions of 13 Ghosts. I don't think they have the remake right now, and we can't use Tubi for these because they're ads.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Slasher Fred mentions, and because I think we didn't talk too much about it. Tyler mentioned this earlier too. His version of the remake of 13 Ghosts, the remake, and a lot of the DVDs and Blu-rays has um, like a mockumentary which explains all the ghost backstories, and I think that's what made a lot of people want that like show that fleshes that out. Dylan says you're thinking of A Ghost Story.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Casey Affleck one.
And I've
So
not
there's
heard of this, but Daniel says Mr. Frost with Jeff Goldblum is a terrific horror film.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I haven't
I
heard of that either.
I'm down. I'd love to see Goldblum do more horror.
Me too. Yeah, so to be clear, there's Ghost Story, A Ghost Story. There's also a movie called Ghost Stories that Martin Freeman's in that's really good. That's an anthology film.
When are we gonna get the Ghost Story cinematic universe?
We're living it.
Fuck.
So ominous.
Yeah, like why do you have to do this seance before you can move out? Like
Also, kid, you're saying it wrong. It's seance.
he's like 2. Give him a break. Daniel says Ghost Story from 1981. So Robert, you were right. I haven't seen that.
It's really good. It's really creepy. Like it's got some fucked up shit.
Robert's like
Not like
spooky
that
ghosts
fucked
scare
up,
me.
but yeah.
Oh yeah, Dylan, I actually have that movie on the Criterion of that movie. I showed it off in our physical media stream. I still have to watch that though.
I don't know how to pronounce this, so I'm gonna try it. But Dylan says
Yeah.
Quaden is an excellent
Mhm.
ghost story set in ancient Japan. Listen,
I think it's
the best
Kaidan, something like
Kaiden.
that.
Listen, House is the best Japanese ghost movie, and I will not hear otherwise.
I recommended that movie to someone today.
Hell yeah. That's one of my favorite streams we've done is just
And then they
making
watch
Robert
it.
watch that live.
So they once they watch that movie, they're gonna look at me in horror.
I don't think Robert's ever been the same since we made him watch that.
I mean, who is?
Yeah. There's your life pre-house and post-house.
That's another title I don't think we can ever use again because there's House, House, and House.
Yeah, House MD.
And House MD. Okay, this I wouldn't mind checking out. Dana says Grim Prairie Tales with Brad Dourif and James Earl Jones is a forgotten horror anthology. I'm down for more Brad Dourif. We got to do the Chucky movie soon. Robert, is that on the wheel, by the way?
Which one? Child's
Child's
Play?
Play.
Child's Play?
I think it is.
I'll have to check when we do our spend the night. I've only seen the first Phantasm, and I don't know what Scanner Cop is.
Dr. Zorba and I experienced Total Recall. That's a different
I
movie.
know. That's yeah.
I wish I was watching Total Recall right about now.
I wish Arnold Schwarzenegger showed up at the end of this movie.
They perform the seance, and Arnold shows up with like his eyes bugging out from the Mars scene.
And he's like, I want a divorce.
to the divorce.
I really want this to be what Ghostbusters is to Dan Aykroyd, where William Castle just believes all this crap. Is like, yeah, this is how it happens.
I showed
Also,
13 ghosts to my kid, and he asked me, "Do you believe in ghosts, Dad?" And I said, "Yeah." I didn't lie. I had to tell him the truth and said yes.
Also, I don't think this was planned to be like a gimmick in the movie like this is, but I know one of the unproduced Ghostbusters 3 scripts was going to involve like special glasses where if like you put them on like the it's New York but like it looks like hell or
Yeah,
something like that. That was one of the
Interesting.
unproduced ideas.
I remember that. I kind of wish they made that movie, but whatever.
They should do a comic book with that idea.
I think a lot of, at least of one version of one of the scripts for 3 was used for the Ghostbusters video game. So
Which
whatever.
we still got to play through at some point.
Yeah, we should.
I started it and then the AI bugged out on me and I got pissed and quit.
Yeah. Well, it's that. It's also just kind of a greatest hits of stuff from the first movie that I've heard.
Uh, that's
Yeah,
mostly in the
because they
first
do
level.
slime. Well, they do Slimer and Stay Puft. That's about it.
Well, because the first level is just all the stuff you remember. It
That's
kind of
all
grows
the
out of that.
restaurant.
And the movies are still doing that.
Yeah.
Also, I almost made a joke earlier about like a 13 Ghosts Ghostbusters crossover being 13 Ghostbusters, and I was like, wait, there's probably almost 13 Ghostbusters at the end of Frozen Empire because there's a lot of
But
fucking Ghostbusters
I-
at the end of that movie for some reason.
You also
I think
did
you
make
did
that
make
joke
that
because
joke.
I said
Yeah.
Ghostbusters and 13 Ghosts crossover win, and you went 13
13
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters. You did make that joke, you fraud.
I don't remember.
This
That was
movie
like an
has
hour ago.
fried Robert's brain.
I think Robert's the one with dementia, not the wife here.
Yeah, look, she's
Uh,
95 years
this
old.
guy's
Leave her alone.
possessed acting is hysterical.
Yeah, it's really funny.
Zarvan.
At first, I was like, "Is he having a stroke? What's happening?"
Daniel, fun horror comedy Tucker and Dale versus Evil. That movie's awesome. I know Noah's seen it because I think I made him watch it. Robert, you've seen that, right?
I have not.
Oh,
No, I
FYI.
haven't seen Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
I wonder if that's the movie because I think I mostly told Robert we were talking one night after a stream and you guys both said you hadn't seen a movie and I was like, oh, how have you not seen that? And I was gonna add it to my list and then I forgot and I couldn't remember which.
That's
Maybe
probably
it was
it.
that.
Yeah,
That director just came out with a new movie. I told you I watched Clown in a Cornfield.
Clown. Yeah,
It was really good.
I'll check
Oh
it
my
out.
god.
Dylan Smithy says he believes that Ghostbusters, the video game, is basically Ghostbusters 3. Yeah, basically. Oh my god. Do you think
Spooky ghost.
do you think the people at New Line Cinema just watched this movie and then made Freddy's Dead?
Yes.
But yeah, they saw the Wicked Witch and they had an idea.
That's true.
You know? The first half of that movie is pretty alright. And then it just falls apart.
I'll take your word for it. I have to watch it again.
And at this point in the movie, Noah still thinks this is totally fine. He
Well,
thinks Ben
he's
is doing
rooting for
nothing
the
wrong
lawyer.
here.
Yeah, you're the guy that defended the projectionist. I could defend Ben.
Well, Robert was right. Okay,
That
the
was
projectionist
Superman.
did nothing wrong. That is Superman.
No, he wasn't Superman. It was the same actor, but he wasn't Superman.
It's tomato.
Potato.
This guy's scarier than the ghosts.
Dylan says no, they just got done eating mushrooms after watching the first season of Twin Peaks. I mean, that is the best season of Twin Peaks.
That's not even the trippiest season of Twin Peaks, season 1.
No,
That's nothing.
that's arguably the most normal one.
It is.
Uh, and it's hard with that because like all I really want to do show Robert is Fire Walk with Me, but that has a prerequisite. You have to watch
No.
the show.
No, we will cover Twin Peaks.
Yeah, I know.
Sometime.
At some point,
We have to do all of it.
you guys can do the return on your own. I'm good.
Oh my god, what is he doing?
What is happening? What?
13.
Robert, I think you're having the most fun with this movie out of the three of us.
Yes.
little pet plastic
jeez.
glasses there.
It's scary.
I think I've seen Last Shift, Daniel. If that's what I'm thinking of, it's pretty good. Then they remade it. And it was like, eh.
Like I said earlier, this just has that like drive-in quality where like this is a Halloween party movie where you just put it on in the background. People aren't paying close attention to it. It's just something where some spooky ghosts can show up and you have fun.
And that's
It's
what I
at least not
vibed
boring.
with the most with this movie. Is that kind of vibe. I just don't know if I would rewatch this every Halloween.
Dylan says to know what is
Yeah, for
happening
sure.
in Twin Peaks, then you must watch the David Lynch PS2 commercial. Oh, I don't know
Yes.
about
What?
this. Do you know about this, Noah?
I don't know. I don't know specifically the PS2 commercials, but it sounds like it's amazing.
That sounds amazing. But why? Why are they angry?
Don't question the exposition witch lady.
I want Sam Raimi to remake this.
He'd be a great choice.
I also want to know what David Lynch's 13 Ghosts looks like.
Also, this way, so for dramatic effect, he's wearing like the bottom half of the costume that he was wearing earlier, just to tell the audience that he was the ghost earlier. But he just stopped at the pants and was like, I don't need to put on the mask.
My headcanon is just that he's wearing his normal pants, but they're so filthy. That previous scene, he was just wearing a mask.
Well, I liked the scene earlier when he scares the daughter. If you notice, he's taking like very small footsteps, not for dramatic effect, but it's to not break the fake spider webbing on the pant legs.
Yeah.
So he's walking very slowly.
Yeah, and his legs are really close together. Yeah, I'm not gonna.
Oh no.
Also, they're sleeping in separate beds, so you know it's an old movie. That's always fun to point out.
And it's funny because if I'd seen this when I was a kid, I would have just thought that was normal because my grandparents did that.
Oh, weird.
That kid looks like I did when I was faking sleeping because I had to be up in the morning. Daniel says the same Raimi should do The Shadow or Elm Street. I'd also love to see his Elm Street.
The dad opens the door. It just cuts to the Corey Feldman scene in Friday the 13th.
No, I'm gonna need you to make that edit.
I'm on it.
And at this point in the movie, Noah still thinks this is totally fine. He was really shocked by the heel turn with this guy being a bad guy. It's like, what? He's just,
He's
what?
just he's just waking the kid up. He's getting ready
He's not
to
waking
give him the
up.
money. No, yeah, he's bringing him
Sam Raimi-
downstairs so they can give him the money.
That is right, Dylan. He says Sam Raimi in 16 years has only directed 2 films. Those two being Oz the Great and Powerful, which I have not seen, and Multiverse of Madness, which is peak.
I remember his Oz film being okay. I'm kind of scared to go back to it because its biggest problem is its two main characters being horribly miscast.
Austin always describes that movie as just a remake of Army of Darkness for kids. I don't
That
know
is
how
true.
accurate that is.
Wait, this guy was evil? Is what Noah said earlier.
No, he's not evil.
And I love how it's like, oh, here's some more B-roll of just all the
Yeah.
ghosts hanging out, just doing the same stuff they were
I
doing
feel
earlier.
like that one shot with the couple and the like butcher ghost is the exact same shot from earlier in the movie.
I think a lot of this is just
No, I think
reused footage.
yeah. Draven, yeah, I'm sad we never got that Peter Jackson Elm Street movie. So wait, why is he trying to murder the child?
Because he's
Because
the only
he's the
person who knows
only-
about the money.
Yeah. So really, the kid has to go.
Yeah. No, this guy deserves the money.
John's
Come
with
on.
me.
But he murdered this guy, and now he's
Yeah,
gonna
no.
murder him.
The first time I watched this, I had no idea what was happening here.
There's the expo dump at the end. That
Oh my
fills
god,
it in for you.
I murdered him, and now he's gonna murder me. Oh
Oh my
my
God.
god.
What am I? Some kind of 13th ghost? Is what he says later. And this is what I was talking about, though, where it really gave me like a old school EC Comics feel. It's not just like how the ghosts are designed. It also hits a lot of the same beats. Like you got the twist, you got the guy getting killed, like you got his comeuppance at the
Yeah.
end. It's got a lot of those tropes.
It's also just
And-
funny because he kind of got in the bed to be crushed of his own volition.
Yeah, I think what's supposed to be happening is the ghost is forcing him there, so he's getting crushed to death, and he's holding him down. I think that's what's supposed to be going on.
But he's like, no, I'm gonna sit down.
And this is going to be one of the funniest hard cuts I've ever seen in a movie. Ben, the bed's hurting him. Ah, fuck that. We got all his money now. Holy shit. Yeah, guy
I
was
forgot
murdered.
about that.
Like,
Yeah, Daniel,
don't care.
we have we do have a saying around here. Give it to Flanagan. I want Freddy to have a 20-minute monologue about the meaning of death.
and this is the psycho exposition dump at the end, explaining what was going on. Look,
Yeah,
see, he's
they're
got
like,
the money.
we ran out of money, and
I think that's at least more welcome in a movie like this than something like Psycho. It really hurts Psycho.
It does.
it is. The
Although
worst part
it
of
is
Psycho.
funny to think that this is the same year as that. Like we were talking earlier about how some of these types of movies were marketed more towards kids. With Psycho, you can really see that distinction. Like, oh yeah, that's the movie made for adults.
Yeah, just a more risque adult movie. So I don't know why she lies to them, saying that the ghosts are gone, but she'll tell the truth to the kid.
And the mom is like 105 years old. I think she'll be gone soon anyway.
Is Margaret Hamilton any much older than her?
About
she's probably
75
younger.
years.
Oh my god.
Just Robert's so ageist.
He's turning into Mike from Red Letter Media. Not the glasses.
This is the part where we count the ghosts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then Ben's the 13th ghost. What a twist. And then spinny fire blade thing.
No, the spinny fire is the 13th ghost.
Oh.
The door
there.
shutting is very Elm Street.
Mhm. Oh no, this is the part where we cut to William Castle, and he's like,
Okay.
"Hey guys,"
He's like, sorry if that was too scary for you.
and if you still don't believe in ghosts, bring these home and look through the red lens if you dare.
He's not making that up either. That's actually what he says.
Oh no, I believe you.
It's so good. The end.
That
Be a
was one of the movies of all time.
That is
That
correct.
was those 13 ghosts, everybody. It was too
If you're
spooky
watching,
for me.
if you're watching after the fact, that is our commentary on the 1960 William Castle 13 Ghosts. Thank you so much for watching, and consider hitting the subscribe button if you liked this commentary.